Welcome to another video. My name is, and today we're gonna be reviewing something pretty cool. This, very nice. I'm just kidding, guys. This is what we're reviewing. A 1/18th scale Ferrari 458 made by Hot Wheels. Might be thinking, this is probably not good because it's made by the same brand that makes these tiny vehicles. And you'll be mistaken because this is actually not that bad. And I'll get to why. Anyways, this is what the small one looks like. 1/64th scale. And this is a 1/18th scale. Now, these are not very common due to the fact that for some reason not many brands touched this car for some reason. Like, it doesn't make sense because the 458 Italia is one of the most well-known Ferraris in the modern culture. It's basically one of the first modern Ferraris that most people around the world know. In my opinion, the real first modern Ferrari would be the 360 Modena. It's like started the shaping of a Ferrari's iconic profile. But this is what is recognized by most people. So pretty strange how these weren't touched upon that much other than Hot Wheels and some other brands. Not Maisto, not Barago. Strange because Barago is one of the brands that does a lot of Ferraris, but you know, this is a Hot Wheels. Now this is not a Hot Wheels Elite because they're expensive, but it's a 458 from Hot Wheels, so it's still kind of rare. It's not like a Maisto. It's not like, well, it's not Barago rare, but these can go up for a lot. And this red is the color that I got. It's pretty nice, and I got it for a bargain. They usually cost way more than how much I spent. Not gonna get into any details. Let's just get straight into the video. So, let's start off with the exterior in the review. So, first thing you notice, it's a 458. All around, nice tail, nice rims. The rims are very nice, very well sculpted. The only thing I have to say is the fact that beneath those rims are some black calipers and black rims, or black brakes. I don't know why they didn't bother painting them or anything, but yeah. So if you didn't notice, these are actually some plastic panels. Like, it's die-cast semi-plastic. So it's not a full die-cast body. This is die-cast, this is not, this is not, this is. So it's like certain parts of the car are, and some parts are not. So yeah. Anyways, this is a 1/24th Maisto 458. So Maisto did the 1/24th, but they didn't do the 1/18th. Makes no sense, but they did a pretty good job. Nice yellow brakes. Full, like, you know, brakes. Nice painted interior. It looks pretty good for a 1/24th. But enough of that vehicle. They were talking about this one. So, opening up the frunk, as most people call it, the frunk. The front trunk. Very nice. Pretty large trunk, if you ask me, for a modern supercar from 2010s. So, it's plastic. Very nice headlights. We already talked about the rims. Let's talk about the interior. Doors open up pretty wide and very smoothly. Very quiet as well. This is the interior. Very nice. It has all the details, though they didn't bother painting them. It is all molded in there. Pedals are there. Buttons are there. But they didn't bother putting stickers or anything. Except for that one Ferrari logo. Kind of sucks, but yeah. The wheel does move with the wheels. And it is also stationary from the paddle shifters. Right there. Which is a nice detail. Another thing I noticed is this very nice indicator. It's not painted or anything. It's actually there. At the rear wheels, the brakes are actually smaller in the back than the front. Nice attention to detail. Next, we have this rear glass revealing the 458 V8. Crossplane V8. One of the best sounding. Most people say it's the best sounding. And I can agree, it's really good sounding. Especially coming from this triple exhaust in the rear. Which is a pretty nice looking exhaust. Obviously we have these signature tail lights here. And of course that Ferrari logo right there. This is painted for some reason. They didn't even like mold it. Even this little 1/24th molded it, but I don't know what they were thinking here. Nothing in the tail. The license plate. Nice Ferrari logo right there. This is the third brake light. If you're wondering, it's like a, for some reason, white, not red. We have the diffuser, which has like reflectors there. This is the under tray. China, 2010, Mattel. And all the licensing and stuff. Hot Wheels, of course, to remind you that this is no Maisto or Barago. Anyways, let's get to the engine bay, just what most people want to look at. Very nice from the glass view. Though when you take it off, it kind of like, it's not ruins it, but they could have done a better job. So first thing I notice is the logo's not painted or anything, no sticker, which kind of sucks. Like, they even, if I can open this one, even this tiny little 458 has all the details, like painted parts, and they bothered actually putting it there. You see, it's not like perfect or anything, if the camera focuses, but there's a Ferrari logo. This, no, there's nothing there. Though, you know, they didn't do that much detail here, but it looks good, you know, for, oops, from the scale. Anyways, as I was saying, they could have done a better job, but it is, you know, it's exceptional for, you know, being a 458. And it looks good from a distance, you know. Especially with the nice painted manifold. Anyways, let's get to the comparison part. We already compared its counterparts, but we have the 458 Speciale, which is made by Maisto. Now this is a good comparison because these two cars are made by two different brands. Although they're not the exact same car, they give a good comparison on the brand, on how well they do things. So first thing, this is all die cast. This is plastic and die cast. Though for some reason this feels 10 times heavier than this. Makes no sense. Anyways, once the first thing you notice, if obviously get by the car, it's different. It's slightly different. Is the fact that the frunk opens a bit weird in the Maisto. It opens more directly in the center. The Hot Wheels, on the other hand, opens more in the corners like it should. Which is quite strange, and also you can see how it opens all the way. But this one doesn't. I don't understand what they were doing. The frunks are different, like the actual trunk space is smaller in this one. I don't know if that's like the real one, but they did a good job nevertheless. Anyways, moving on, the rims. The rims are different in these two cars. Both have their own unique rims, both 5-spoke. Though the brakes is where it really shines in the Maisto. It takes over having these nice carbon ceramic brakes, all painted and everything. But this one does not. And also this one has the brakes moving with the wheel and the caliper independent, but this all just like separated. Parts are different here. This one, the interiors though are pretty much almost the same in these two cars. So we already looked at this one. The door does not open as much as you can see. It's a different hinge, but they open pretty similar. And the interior, in my opinion, looks way better. It has, you know, more details, the stickers there. And, you know, this turns a lot more than this one, which I forgot to mention. This does not move that much, which is kind of a disappointment. It should have turned more, but it doesn't, as you can see. Although the Maisto does not have a full rack and pinion, it does, in fact, turn way more, even without it, for some reason. Anyways, as you can see also, this, you know, has that. This one, though, is painted, as I said earlier. Here's the tails. They look very similar, but not, in my opinion, way better looking tail than this one. Two different cars, though, similar features. Now, the engine bay shines again to the Maisto more than the Hot Wheels. As you can see, much more realistic carbon fiber everywhere, much more tub focused, and you can see, I don't know, from the angles, you can see the spark plugs and stuff. So they did a much better job with this one, but for some reason Hot Wheels didn't bother really. They painted this really nice, but they didn't go full out like Maisto did here. It's not, you know, all the way like a Barago or an Auto Art, but it's definitely, it has great detail, especially through something like a glass window. And this one does a good job too. Now, underneath, you know, Maisto does it different here. Has those stupid things sticking out always. This one does not, because I'm guessing this one was from the sides, like from here, these pinpoints. It's different from the two spots that the Maistos have. I think this is a much better solution, but the Auto Arts are different because they have different box and stuff. More, but better distributed. Anyways, this has suspension, this one doesn't. Don't even want to bother pushing it. Anyways, more to the comparison, we have an older Hot Wheels diecast, a 360 Modena. Now, first thing you notice, the steering is better. It is a full rack and pinion. Next thing you notice is, well, I can't open this. I have no nails for it, but it opens again from the corners like this one, but, you know, more hinged. The doors open different in this one. This one they did better. And for some reason, the older Hot Wheels had way better detail in their interiors. I don't know what they were thinking, what happened to them. Another thing is the under tray is actually more detailed again. But yeah, the engine bay is where it shines here. It's a lot more detailed, in the engine bay in the old Hot Wheels than the new Hot Wheels, which is surprising. I know you can't see that much through this more than this, but still, they should have done more depth like the Maisto did with what they could work with. which is pretty nice. Which sucks, but yes, this has a full exhaust. You can see everything. It's extremely detailed. And, you know, this is Gallardo next to 458. This is a GTR next to 458. Similar era. If you're curious, here's what the new Corvette next to a 458. Anyways, let's get to the Ferrari lineup by years currently, because we don't have all the Ferraris, but we do have 5 Ferraris. The F40 from Barago, one of the most detailed diecasts we have. The 348 TS, not very well known, but very nice, from Maisto, one of the old ones. Here's a look, very detailed for a Maisto. Maisto used to be crazy back then. They've deteriorated over the time. But, you know, Hot Wheels 360 Modena from 99, 87, 89, 99, 2010. Big jump because there's supposed to be an F430 in the middle. And the Enzo. But, as you can see, I do not have that. And then 458 from 2010 from Hot Wheels, and Maisto 458 Speciale from, I don't know what year, 2016, 2015, I don't know, 2013. A little later than this one, before the 488, which I do not have. I'm probably gonna get one, or maybe an Enzo. I will probably not ever get the 360. Here's a little one. Very nice. But they're very rare in 1/18th. I don't even think they exist in 1/18th. But I managed to get my hands on a 458 in 1/18th. So maybe they do have one. Don't doubt it. But still, there you have it. Thank you guys for watching this video. See you in the next video. Yep. See you guys later.